Shay coming live with a great topic this evening. But before we get started, we do want to take a moment of silence in remembrance of George Floyd.
And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in tonight. Like I said, it's your motivational speaker. I haven't said that. I'm sorry. It's your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach, your author, and your favorite baker's favorite baker, Coach Clee, sitting right here beside Shayla. We are coming live with you tonight because originally we were going live on via Zoom this past Tuesday. But for a lot of, trust me, a lot of unforeseen technical difficulties, we postponed that till next week. So we still have a wonderful topic on how to build wealth and financial literacy that will be happening next week. So stay tuned for that. Tonight, we're just coming to you, got a great topic of ideas to just throw out there to pitch to you guys in the time, this crazy time that while everything seems like it's in a chaotic turmoil, okay? And we're gonna have a bit of fun doing it. I can't see your comments. So do make sure you keep the comments coming. I can see some of them. I can't see all of them. But do understand that the comments are there's about a 5 to 10 second delay from the time that you post something till the time that we see it. The comments that I do see, I'll acknowledge. The people that I do see, I'll give you guys a shout out. If I don't give you guys a shout out, make sure you put your name and where you're from in the comment section, and I'll give you that shout out that you're looking for, all right? But I got to go through the thing, right? I gotta go through the thing. I need to know what the energy levels are, all right? I know emotions have been high. I know we've hit extreme highs and very depressing lows, but I need to know what the energy levels are, all right? If you had a good day today, I need you to put a 1 in the comment section. Put a 1 in the comment section if you had a good day today. And I think that's what I'm going to put in the comment section. Did you already cheat and put your comments in the comment section?
I did not.
Okay.
I didn't.
If you had, I don't believe in bad days. I like to call them character building days because they're necessary for growth, okay? And this is a growing season, okay? And a lot of us may have had character building days, but it's necessary for growth. It's necessary to make you appreciate the outstanding days that much more better. It gives you that maturity, it gives you that character, it gives you that character development that we are so in need of. So if you had a quote unquote bad day or character building day, I need you to put a 2 in the comment section. Looks like a peace sign. Put a 2 in the comment section if you had a character building day. And if you had an outstanding day, so wonderful, nothing could burst your bubble, everything happened just smoothly, that it was just tremendously wonderful, I need you to put a 0 in that chumpy. Put a 0 in the comment section. There in the middle of that bubble, and nothing can penetrate that bubble. I'm gonna put a 1 in the comment section at the end of this live. Shayla, what are you gonna put?
I think I'm gonna put a 0. It's been a pretty good day. I've had some 2s. I feel like I've been all over some days. Moments take me to a 2, but I'm trying to learn from those moments and grow. But it's been a tough, it's been a tough week. It's just been a tough times. Lots going on, but we're moving. We're moving into.
Gotta keep moving. Gotta keep marching forth, whether you want to or not. Stagnant water attracts mosquitoes.
That is true.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Some of you are currently on my Facebook page. If you haven't already liked it, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And if those of you that are tuning in from YouTube, you're on the Coach Clee page also. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. When you get a chance, it's not posted above, but it will be by the end of this live. Check out my website, workwithclee.com. So many wonderful things are on that website. I'm not going to get into all of them right now. However, Shayla's going to discuss one of them, but she's going to give a huge shout out momentarily on Paul Hood, who was a former guest. He was a guest at the end of last month. He's got something that's dropping, Tuesday, I believe.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
This upcoming Tuesday. You want to tell everyone what that is?
Sure. So bear with me. Paul Hood's newest novella, Path, The Diary of Bain Adams. That's what drops next week. It's created a literacy crawl space, into the psyche of his protagonist, Bain Adams. The twisty turning story draws startling visual scenes of New York City and brings them to life. There's no spoilers here. Goodness, I've been saying that for weeks. You think I'd get it. Just know that his rating is like the tagline for Maxwell Coffee, it's good to the last page. And as I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, I really like that. And so, yeah. And I want to third book, #Grudge, has dropped finally. So June 1st has come, it's gone, and hashtag grudge is going out the door.
It has been
Lots
flying
of
out
pre-sales, lots of sales after the release of the book.
Today.
If you don't have it, make sure you check it, let us know. But we want to thank everybody who purchased the book during the pre-sale. You're forever a part of the book. How many of you, like Coach Clee and myself, have held onto a grudge? Or you've been angry with somebody or something forever? How many of us continue to live with an apology that is well deserved but you never receive? Workwithclee.com so you can purchase the book. There are also some other things there that Coach Clee will get to, I believe. Okay, he's not going to get to it, but if you go to the website, you will be able to purchase the book directly from Coach Clee's website. And if you're local, he can even, get that to you locally, so you can connect with him via inbox, text, or whatever it is. But I highly recommend it. It is an easy read. And also just checking out all the support locally. There is a lot of people mentioned in that book that are, I already said they are forever a part of the book.
They are, absolutely. Thank you. I see Frank's on. Thank you for tuning in. We are doing wonderful. I hope you're doing great too. I can't wait till we get to the phase where we can come hang out again. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. The Patty Ellison's on also. Thank you for tuning in. Please tag, like, and share. All right, perfect. I see I just got a message that someone else is going to buy a copy of the book. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not going to shout that person out because I don't know if they're on or not, but I hope they are. All right?
Yeah, we can't see. So if you are on, make sure you say hi so we can recognize you and acknowledge you for being here to support this evening.
Ball so hard. And like I said, we have Gordon Manker and Edward Glover on next week. We're going to be discussing financial literacy. That's the show that was postponed. We got canceled this past week because of technical difficulties. We're moving forward. But right now, we got a huge topic, a wonderful topic. We're going to talk about how to build wealth. Something that can be very lucrative if you do it right, okay? And we looked this up because we talked about it. We are kind of in a turning point at the world. We are engaging in a new normal, okay? So all of us are outside of our comfort zones. And at the same time during the Great Depression, same time during any recession, same time during civil rights, same time during currently right now COVID-19, and same time during the protests and the fight for acknowledgement and fighting for freedom that's going on. This is a perfect time if you ever wanted to build a business to do it now, because if you look at the businesses that those you will that built businesses during the times thrive. Not all of them, but most of them thrive because they were able to navigate, pursue, and build a business that was wonderful. You hear about these times and they're very depressing, how businesses are going bankrupt, how businesses are going out of business. But this is a perfect time for you, the individual, the underdog, to jump ahead and be catapulted leaps and bounds ahead. I've got looked up 10 businesses that are perfect for this time. Some of them may fit you, some of them may not, but I will go ahead and I will put them out there. Some of us, and I know I have, just watching Facebook Lives, Instagrams, or any kind of social media platforms, you see people are already taking advantage of going live or social media or putting their information out there due to sponsorships. People are making money through sponsorships online. Also, they're reading books online. I've seen from kindergarten all the way up to some like Stephen King novels, that people were reading books online and they're engaging with an audience, and they're doing some kind of sale at the end of it, or they're selling a book, or they're selling whatever product that they're selling. I've seen people do some multiple styles of different networks, whether it's a card game, outside. They have a meal for the day, they have a meal for the week. They'll do whatever kind of engagements you got going on. People are doing COVID birthday cakes, or the COVID setups outside. We got the COVID birthdays where they'll set up the balloons, the happy birthday, or what's the word I'm looking for?
The yard
props.
decorations.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a really big one.
And that's been very popular. We've got people who are doing house cleaning Okay, house cleaning, cleaning details, or cleaning out garages. We've got people, graduates of high school, colleges, or somebody, or in kindergartens. Got people sponsoring graduates, and I already covered the COVID birthdays. There's so many different things that people are doing right now that are either making them enough money to get by, just a little money on the side, or money that they can live off from right now, or building something where they can live off and build a legacy. Correct?
Yeah, and I think it's amazing how many people are, you know, I know people said to use the time wisely, you know, while you're home and you can't go anywhere, try to, you know, educate yourself, learn something new, be able to teach something new. And I think it's amazing how people have used different social media platforms, email, texting and text change, inboxing and things like that, to kind of to people a little bit differently. You know, myself, I got a Cricut machine, and okay,
We didn't
I'm
even start the
excited.
list, and you're like jumping
Oh,
through.
I thought you started the list.
No, I was saying what people have already done so
This is
far.
what happens when he doesn't prep me appropriately.
I did
All
prep,
right, go ahead.
but she interrupted during the prepping phase, asking questions and not paying attention. That's what happens when you think that you can
All right, keep going.
navigate through, and it's not working. It's not working. So, you know, who else do we have on? We got Danielle on. We got Kenny Robb on. Thank you for tuning in, Danielle. I see you. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got Carrie Weaver though. Carrie, I saw you walking your dog earlier today. I would have stopped and said hi, but I thought I was gonna. I'd stalk her. I was out delivering books.
I think she would have noticed you and clearly seen you if you would have pulled up.
Wow. But we've got 10 businesses that you can do online, all right? And we're going to go through them one by one. She's already jumped ahead and like discussed like 7 of them out of order, all right? But we're not going to talk about that. The first one, number 10, we're going to go from 10 all the way to 1, all right? And some of them surprised me, but this one kind of didn't surprise me. It's very specific instead of general. This one is a candy business, okay? Those of you that know how to make some kind of candy, whatever kind of candy it is, because candy is a sweet, delicious, delectable. It's a comforting food. It's something that makes people feel good. So if you have just regular, reasonable price candy for sale, people will come pick it up individually or in bags itself. And you even asked the question, remember when I was giving you the prep, and you even asked the question where you were interrupting, if that goes for baked goods and all that. That is for whatever you deem necessary. Yes, you did.
Yeah, I did, and I'm allowed to interrupt.
Yes, you are, but that's why you didn't understand all
an interesting one, though. I think is it candy or sweets and things like that are comfort foods.
They are.
But I do think we look when we're in this world of everybody being home. It's just for things too on how you can support and that kind of thing too. So yeah,
Yep.
Find it interesting. I have bought sweets
I
from
know.
local folks. I'm actually picking up a peanut butter pie on Sunday too.
Can't wait.
I know.
Can't wait. Number 9, as we go down the list, and we talked number 10 was candy. Number 9 was luxury retail, and some people have already made a killing. Believe it or not, those who were able to develop PPE, the mask, especially when we were really on lockdown, you couldn't go anywhere unless you had a mask, and people were scurrying for masks. Those people who were able to develop their own mask and get them out mainstream made a lot of money very quickly. Okay, and it doesn't look like the masks are going to be going away anytime soon. But luxury retail itself, even if you make your own scarves, clothes, period, whatever that you can make, if you're a good seamstress, sewer, however it is, if you're able to do that, you can start yourself a business to get yourself over the
And because people are at home, they don't know what to do with themselves, and we get bored. We've read, we've watched everything on TV. We've caught up on Netflix. We've done all of that. And I think people are always scrolling, so I think those businesses are probably thriving as well, kind of as part of that, you know, the mask. Yes, I think, like I already mentioned, that's a great one for people to jump right in. And then even with the mask, like the back of the ear loops to make it more comfortable for the mask. I mean, there are all kinds of things happening.
I preferably don't like the back of the ear. I got mask that goes all the way around because I got weird shaped ears and they get uncomfortable.
You do have weird shaped ears.
Thank you.
I have a big head, so I can't
Does
do
it
the
fit?
one that's all around the head. I have to do just saving you before you. And headbands. I mean, headbands are the thing. I will mention that is a hot trend right now, and I've seen people even making headbands.
Oh, yeah?
And I think people need them because just like it's saving my look right now. It's just holding everything together.
The salons aren't back up.
Yeah,
the bar
I think
right
it's those things. Like you could easily, if you know how to sew, you could make a headband. And I know me, I was looking for headbands and I couldn't find them in places because it was getting to the point where I had to do something with my hair. Thankfully, I have a resolution coming very soon. I cannot wait to get my hair done. But anyway, I just want to mention that.
Moving right along, straight down the list. This one caught me off guard. And some of us, like I said, this may not be readily available to all of us. But if it is, this is something per thought. And some of it may be readily available. So hear me out. One is livestock, okay? Because a lot of grocery stores, grocery chains weren't able to either get or communicate with. All right. What does apply to me is the fresh fruits and vegetables. For the same reasons, they may not be able to get with the chain stores and sell them. You can get them individually from whatever local farmer that you are. And some local farmers are right around the corner. You know, they have their own garden in the backyard. Strawberries, cucumbers, tomatoes, corn, whatever it is. Eggs. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to mention, I know a lot of local people that have that they've been sharing and showing that the local farms have produce, like you said, they have meats, bacon, all of that stuff that they have. Kind of nice to see locally what you have that you don't realize because we're so used to just going to the grocery store and going somewhere to pick it up. But seeing that fresh produce, they're offering deals and bundles. I've seen all kinds of things. I know, you know, even like Texas Roadhouse did a little bundle thing which was a little bit different for produce. Like it was kind of like a little bundle. You got milk, eggs, fresh vegetables, and things like that. So I think people are becoming really creative, especially as it comes to food, because we had things like some of those meat factories where there was somebody who got infected, so they had to slow down and close down. So I think again, hopefully we're sustaining and continuing those relationships with those smaller farms and businesses that are locally in our neighborhoods.
And along with that too, you can network like we talked about and build a relationship with the local dealers of whatever produce that they're selling. You can see what kind of pesticides they use. You can find out what's actually in them. You don't have to go through the middleman to get it. You know, if they say that they don't use this pesticide or wash it here, or they do use this, or however they make it prepared for selling, then you can get those answers, those questions answered directly from the source. All right. Cameron Logan, tell Jamon that he can't call me right now because we're live.
Oh man, that's the okiest thing ever.
Yeah.
But I agree with that. I've noticed people too, just speaking of that, having their own, like starting their own gardens in their yards, and I think it's true, and I think you're also saving money and just one of those things that, I think it's people capitalizing, which is amazing.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cameron, for that comment. Thank you for logging on. I appreciate it. I can't wait till everything goes back to where we can get you through, buddy. It's good to hear from you. I'm sorry. Hope everything's going well. Hope you're healthy and safe. Please tag, like, and share.
Carrie Weavido, thank you for the text about stop playing with my hair. I can't because I'm just over my hair at this point. So I apologize.
She called you out?
No, she sent me a text. I appreciate her sending me a text, but she knows I'm just going to say it out loud.
With your hair, huh?
It's bothering me.
Because you got that little scarf thing.
No, headband.
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 Obviously, I've got COVID hair going on. So
What about Stark?
this, which surprised me, okay, and this,
Reasoning.
okay. The next on the list is federal jobs. Okay, federal jobs may be difficult to get. You might have to go through the civil service or the federal process to get into the job itself. But once you're there, the list where I looked up, they say statistics they're the least likely to furlough back. They've got benefits, they got job security, so federal jobs, all right? They're pretty self-explanatory. Oops, yeah, exactly. And he put oops too.
I know.
Yeah, I called him out on that. Thank you, Jamal, for tuning in. Please tag, like, and share. He's an hour behind us, but we did not notify everybody we were going live today, so you do get a pass.
We didn't even notify him. Ooh.
After federal jobs, is a full-time, which I like this one, is being a full-time online student. Whether it is going to an online higher learning agency entity itself, institution. That is the word I was looking for. Thank you. But if you're going for a degree, if you're going for education, if you're going for bachelor's, associates, master's, doctorate, anything else, or any kind of certificate, right now is the time to do that, since a lot of courses are still thriving and going forward. Or if you're not looking for a degree and you just want to learn about plumbing, like or you can just buy books the old-fashioned way and read through them one by one. So being self-taught does enhance your mind. It does make you more marketable and makes you a more valuable person.
And I just want to mention too, or do something like we did, which is take like a weekend-long webinar. It's supposed to be a day-long webinar, and it ended up being it was kind of like a boot camp. It ended up being like 2 days, so we got a lot of information out about that. I mean, it was a long 2 days, but it was so. I felt like it was time well spent. I think we walked away almost writing books and completing books and things like that, and just all of
we did. We were
nuggets,
like 90% done.
Yeah, the nuggets that we got from that were amazing, and I was skeptical at first. I will admit that I was like, why are you paying for this? This is not going to be worth it. Until I sat through it. And
I didn't pay that much money for it either.
What else did we have to do besides and learn something? I think we gained from sitting that whole day. There were breaks. There were all kinds of things, and I think it was good.
We paused watching the Tiger King to take.
Yeah.
And lucrative.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. And yeah, we like to watch interesting things, but I think that was just one of the best things that came out of kind of being quarantined or whatever you want to call it.
And going back, I believe Jamon's comment, going back to federal jobs would be join the military also. Enlist. I was in the Army Hood myself, so I do understand. I think it was a wise choice for me. I had a lot of fun. I made a lot of friends. I made a lot of money. I had a lot of great adventures and a lot of great stories through the process. And it made me very marketable and built my confidence and my physical health as well.
Yeah, and shout out to Jamon. Congratulations. I won't say exactly what.
Itself. This one is the arts, okay? If you're good at photography, now is a good time to take pictures, especially since people can't get out to studios, or if you just need pictures to hang on your wall. Photographs are good for that. Artwork is going like crazy for that too, because a lot of people are painting. They get their emotions out through painting, and they put them online, and people are buying them, and they're buying them at high dollar amounts. Not only that, believe it or not, tattoo artists, they're going crazy. I know a lot of places are in phase yellow, so they're able to do that, or they have
Green.
tattoo parties.
Phase green.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Get it right.
I'm good. People have tattoo parties, and the tattoo artist comes straight out to them directly. But what I thought was interesting is craft beer. And this may be something that you may have to look up if you're interested, but I mean, they're going up all over the place, and they're very lucrative also. Mm-hmm. You want to add your 2 cents?
I just think, can I add my 2 cents about anything? There were places that weren't, like the state wasn't open, so to like distilleries to get vodka and things like that. So those of us who like to have a drink and things like that. But I just want to mention that because that's they sell beer, but they also have other things that they offer, and so they were able to probably really grow and really support people in need during this time.
Yep. Good. Thank you for sharing. Mm-hmm. Next one is you kind of either have to have some sort of interest or some sort of knowledge in this field, or have been went through some sort of courses, technologies. Get so many IT problems, and I'll be the first one to say I have no idea what it is, and you have to call somebody to get that in. Those are highly needed people, essential people, especially during this COVID time right now.
And I just want to add to that, with the current pandemic that we're in with COVID being a health-related thing, look at how quickly we went from regular, you go in to see your doctor, to telehealth. I would say, that has taken off. So you go to your doctor's appointment via your phone, you're looking at you, they're asking you questions, you go through the check-in process online. How quickly we went from in-person to online was incredible. And I think we couldn't have done that without individuals that work within IT, providers. Everybody had to become comfortable. Like, if you're not a computer person, you had to get a very quick, lesson on how to work the technology, how to work the system that you have, and to talk and navigate through with your patient population. So I think it's really interesting how quickly we went from like a face-to-face thing to looking at everything on with healthcare. It's amazing to me how you can be like diagnosed and go through your symptoms and all of that via just looking at somebody on the screen and they're asking their questions. So I think that is something too that, like, having that IT background, talking about courses and classes and things like that, I think it's important to look at that. If you're not comfortable with a computer, become comfortable with a computer. Not that you have to be an expert, there's a lot out there, but I'm sure IT jobs and things like that spiked as well. Yeah.
Good point. Thank you. I see Amber Marie is watching. Thank you for tuning in. It can be used for the elderly, just in everyday living, assisted living, things along those lines. You definitely see it when we get sick. Okay, as Shayla just talked about that, how quickly everything went up. When you get sick, you're going to need to see a doctor. You're going to need some medications. Emergencies, definitely, that's not going to go away. People are always going to have something traumatic. Is always going to happen to someone, whether it is a broken bone, sprained ankle, many different things. You got your stomach's hurting, you can't figure out why. Emergency rooms are going to need personnel, or specialties. If you're dentistry or eye doctors or anything else that I don't want to get too graphic with it, but you guys can understand what kind of specialists would need to be available for moments like that.
Or just to say, maintain your health. I think it's not always when you're sick and things like that. I thought you sniffed on purpose when you're like healthcare. Sorry. Because you did do it. Anyway, but I think maintaining our health, and sometimes I think right now there's a lot of natural health and because that is what I do. And I think it'll just be forever growing. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Someone's gonna be around. She's smiling.
This
one caught me off guard. It's very true, and it's number 2 on the list. What?
Nothing good.
She distracted me with that stuff. She doesn't. Yeah. Did you ever see me introduce a guest, and she gets excited? And it's a sidebar. I'm introducing a guest doing one of the weekly shows, and she'll come over behind the scenes. You may not see, but she'll say something, and it throws me off after I'm giving this dynamic intro, and then I gotta go ahead and restart the intro again. I'm just saying. Sometimes you just gotta put things out there. But number 2 on the list, I'm pretty sure I'll hear about it later, is funeral homes. And believe it or not, at some capacity, most of them are either teaching or hiring at some sort of capacity. And there's no other way to say it, that people are always leaving this world in one form or fashion or another, but they do have to go see the the funeral home at some point in time during their passing. Go ahead.
Or preparation. I think sometimes during these times people start to think the worst, or just start to think maybe I should have a plan and things like that, and that's a way to connect with the funeral home as well. Not always like the immediate today death, but how am I going to plan for my future to make it a little bit easier for those that may have to.
After you build the legacy, you're going to want the people to even more. Is learn how to develop, market, and sell an online course, whether it's something that is needed. Let's just say how to develop PPE gear, get it out to the individuals very quickly. You could develop a course on that, or something that you're interested in, or you foresee in the future that it has to be something. It doesn't have to be. It should be something that you're also very interested in and knowledgeable about. But learn how to develop an online.
And I think we mentioned the full-time student. I think maybe there are not people that necessarily want to be full-time students, but I think being able to teach something. So maybe you, like he said, a mask, you know how to make masks, so you do a tutorial. So then that tutorial kind of goes viral on Facebook or YouTube or whatever form of social media. But I think, again, it's using those talents you have to develop something. For example, if we did a course on things that people don't realize sometimes, the talents that they really do have, and maybe it's just something you're good at. People have told you you're good at this, or you're good at speaking, or you're good at writing, that kind of thing, and putting it together. I've seen recently some I can't think of what company it is, I think it's Latino Connection, is doing some Spanish classes that they cool. Like Spanish language classes that they're going to have for like children, like younger, and then middle, and then adults. So I think, and I'm all for it. I don't think I'll pick it up as easy as I did when I was younger, but I think, again, you start thinking differently when you're in these situations. You start thinking, what can I do to enhance my knowledge and be familiar with things? And I think something as little as like me seeing and scrolling and seeing like, oh, they're offering Spanish. Facebook videos I've watched, and I think that's a good example of kind of where things are, and kind of just where we're moving. I think a lot of it's going to be electronic, a lot of it's going to be online. We're frozen a little bit.
Yeah, we just got the
What are
message.
you doing? What's that? Your frozen move? You should have been doing that when the DJ was here. Huh? or on.
I'm sorry if you guys just missed it. I know we were frozen. I don't know if how much of that caught, but yes, absolutely, we are caught back up. Oh, I think it got me. Oh, I didn't think it was recording.
Yeah, look at it. Look at you.
I'm so sorry. It's all in fun, but that is all the top 10 online businesses or businesses that you can do during this time right now to either have immediate success, something more moderate, or something more lucrative. Whether how you want to develop it. I'm not going to get into LLCs and things like that. That's just something basic to get your thought process and creative juices flowing, get your wheels turning to see, so you can go ahead and make your life better for you, yourself, and your family and your family.
And I all this is all positive. But I think it's just, there's a lot going on right now, not just the pandemic. We have other things going on from a socioeconomic standpoint. And I think it's important to make sure that we're just being open, we're being mindful, respectful, and just considerate, because I think as much as social media can be a positive, it can be a negative as well. And I know it's a struggle because everybody has a voice and we're all expressing ourselves in different ways. But I would encourage everybody to just be open. And I think we will have what we'll consider, and I think you might have mentioned this, I don't remember, but what that new norm will be. And I think it's just making sure that we had one issue, the pandemic, and we're slowly getting out of it, and then some other things have erupted. And I think it's just continuing to learn and grow, and listen, and pay attention to what's happening in the world today. Don't ignore it. And I'm trying to be mindful too of, we have to be mindful of that when we're on things like this too. But I would encourage people to be open and really grow.
This is a good time right now, because this is a time where, whether we want to or not, the comfort zone has changed. And since the comfort zone changed, growth has to come. Thinking outside the box, a new way of thinking has to happen. And growth does happen when you're in an uncomfortable state, because you have to find a level of normalcy, and a new level of normalcy. So it's a wonderful thing when all options are put on the table, when everyone's listening, when people are able to be heard, conversations that were once hard can be discussed. Things. So it's, and we are at the grass where we're planting new, so we can grow.
Wonderful weekend. I think it's supposed to be pretty warm here. We got some maybe storms, but I think just, get out, get some exercise, take care of yourself. Self-care is important, especially when we're going through all of this. Make sure you check on your loved ones, the elderly, those that don't have people visiting them all the time, or we can't visit them. Make sure you check on them. And I would encourage you all to just keep marching forth. Make sure you get your copy of #Grudge on workwithclee.com. And when we are live with another guest.
Two guests via
Two
Zoom.
guests.
Yep,
Sorry.
absolutely. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. Have a wonderful, safe, healthy weekend. We'll be back with you next week. All right. It's your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach, your author, and your favorite baker's favorite baker. Salem wants to say one more thing. What is it?
Congratulations to Hannah, class of 2020.
There we
Because
go.
we're alumni, so we have to make sure we say congratulations.
Congratulations. Absolutely. Yeah. Tune in. All right. See you guys. We got to hit it. Do it. Say it. How we leave it out of here? Say it.
Money dance.